welcome to Fro Football, where we talk about all things Chelsea. As you know, we talk about reviews, previews, injury news, and team news, anything Chelsea related. I've got you. I'm your boy. So today, I actually wanted to give a review of the game against Wolves. So without further ado, let's get into it. So we came in this game coming off the back of firing Frank Lampard, Thomas Tuchel's first game in charge at Chelsea, home at Stamford Bridge. Not quite the same without the fans and COVID-19, but still playing at home. Thomas had a big decision to make. He had a huge decision to make regarding two main things, in my opinion. The people who would start his first game and the formation that he would use. As a coach, I mean, he couldn't really do much in that one training session that he had prior to the game. There's not much you can do from a tactical standpoint. Your first game in that kind of environment, you kind of have to trust your players. And in an interview, he said he leaned towards the experienced players. He wanted them to shoulder whatever happened on their back and not unfairly place it on youngsters. So from a coaching perspective, I totally understand the first lineup, and I was actually quite happy with it. If you look at my previous video, I predicted a similar formation with two holding sixes, and in this game we got Jorginho and Kovacic acting as those deep-lying anchors. So for me personally, it was nice to see. When asked in his Chelsea press conference before the match this weekend, he was saying that he was talking about N'Golo Kante. He was saying that N'Golo Kante does well when he plays with two sixes, right? When he's one of them, he's got the freedom to run around all over the pitch and the energy. And guess who's back from injury? Guess who's back? World Cup winner, defensive midfield maestro, N'Golo Kante, always cheerful, always happy. I'm happy too that he's back, you know what I mean? So I want to see N'Golo Kante in this new Chelsea side. I want to see Mason Mount as well. When he came on, he provided that much needed energy. So I think those two players would be nice. But Kovacic had a beastly game. I know the official man of the match was Thiago Silva. You know, he also had an amazing game. But Kovacic had a beastly game. Another standout player to me was my official man of the match, or my unofficial, I should say, Callum Hudson-Odoi. My last video, I begged for him to play. I was happy to see him start, although be it at a right wing back. You know, it's my first time seeing him play that, right? Usually I'll just leave him at right wing, but right wing back, he has a lot of defensive responsibility. He has to run across that touch line the whole game. He has to be there on defense and offense. I would mainly have him as an offensive player, but he showed good defense. He showed good defensive ability by stopping that last-minute ball in the box. He swiftly came in, stole the ball. That's what I like to see. So if he's good at defense like that, and we know what he can do going forward, when they switched him on to the left and they brought Pulisic on the right, he was very threatening with that cross that yielded a very, very good save. So I'm happy with Callum. What I was most disappointed with, however, were our front line. More specifically, Olivier. I know he's got way better games than this. He can hold the ball. But in this game, I don't know, Callum had some nice crosses. He was almost on the end of one. So, you know, it's those fine margins. Speaking of shots and opportunities, we created 15 shots in total as compared to Wolves' 4. And we had 5 on target, where Wolves had no shots. They had no shots on target. So we restricted them to basically half chances. And we had close to 80% possession, 79% possession, which is a lot, right? It's a lot in football to have over 80% of the ball or close to that. And we out-tackled them 15-5. So it means that every single time they got the ball, we just tackled them straight back, got possession again. That high press, or that team press, I should say, because it is high, but it's more sound. You know, it moves like a beehive. in certain parts it moves nicely. So I'm happy to see that press. It looks like defensively, if you're a fantasy player, you might want to bring in some Chelsea players at the back. I think Thiago Silva is definitely going to start. I don't know about the rest, to be honest. Rudiger is also an interesting choice, as he's German. He's played back-to-back games now, I believe, and he's doing quite well. The only thing is, at times he can be a bit rash, but so far he's shown composure. So I like to see it. It looks like the beginning of a beautiful partnership. Kai Havertz at the 10, I think that was also pretty nice. He's getting into the game. He had a lot of nice touches, nice passes, calling for the ball. But one player who I'm a bit worried for is Timo Werner. Right, Timo Werner. They showed quite a lot of footage of him, and I think he needs to step up. Right, nobody's under pressure right now. It's still early days. Tuchel hasn't, seen enough of the players to make those kind of decisions yet. But I feel that if anything, he has to take his opportunity now. Now's the perfect time to do something, right? To get on form, to start banging in goals, to get your confidence back. Because if not now, then when? We've made changes for you. We literally try to bring the best for you. Other than that, Thomas Tuchel has a good history of working with youth. So I believe that players like he was asked about Billy Gilmore and had nothing but praises for the kid. Talked about him being positionally astute. He's good with his speed. The only thing he said was the physicality of the league, but I mean, the kid has played against Liverpool in one man of the match, so I feel he can play in that midfield. Mason Mount was also talked about. They said he gave all of his energy, so I'm happy to see him in the team. I hope he plays along Golo Kante, like I said. How I think they'll line up, I think that they'll line up with a similar formation as last time, 4-2-3-1. I think that Azpilicueta did well enough to warrant him starting, but he might start Reece James out of him wanting to see people play. I think that he should stick with Callum Hudson-Odoi, right wing back. Striker, he should let either Timo or Abraham take the role. And on the left, to be honest, I'd like to see Hudson-Odoi there, because when we saw him there in the second half, he had that brilliant opportunity, and that's where you'd see him shoot more. On the right, he tends to cross more, but on the left, he cuts in and takes nice curlers. So I want to see him there. I know I did say him, but put Ziyech there for now. Ziyech is good. Or Pulisic, because he didn't start, right? Pulisic knows how to play under the man, so I think Pulisic would also be a good idea on the right. He must just cross more, because what I like about Ziyech is his crossing ability, his passing ability is probably the best in the team. So I would always have him, more so than not. And left back, I would want to give Emerson a run. Ben Chilwell, although he's good going forward, defensively sometimes he can be quite lacking. And Emerson has looked good every single opportunity he's received. He's playing for the Italian national team. I think he does also deserve a run. I think Mendy should remain in goals. He might try Kepa out, but I think with the goalkeeper, you should give them stability. I think they'll line up with the 4-2-3-1, and those are the players who I think will play. As you know, we're playing against Burnley, and Burnley haven't been the most consistent, right? They beat Liverpool. They did well, right, under that immense pressure to pretty much smash and grab Liverpool. But this time they are up against the Chelsea team, who will kind of provide a similar challenge. They won't have a lot of the ball, and I think Burnley are going to struggle to contain us. We're playing at home, so I think Burnley might struggle. But overall, I think it's going to be a good game. It would have been different maybe if it was Burnley at Turf Moor with the crowd. As you know, that's one hell of a difficult stadium to get a W. But under these circumstances, with our new change in manager, with the league position, I think we should win this game. This is one of those games that if you looked at the calendar at the beginning of the year, you'd lean towards the W column. So that's how I see this. I hope we win. Up Chelsea! I hope we win.